Hi everybody. I could see by the results of the IXL L8 that some people had some real trouble with that. So this is adding fractions when the denominators are not the same. The very first thing you have to find is a common denominator. You have to have a common denominator. And in order to get a common denominator, you have to find the least common multiple between the denominators that you're looking at. So in this case, we have 1/9, and we're trying to add to it 1/3. Well, find the common denominator between 3 and 9, the smallest common multiple. Now, in order to do that, you have to know what the word multiple means. If you don't know what the word multiple means, by now, you need to make it a priority. There is no reason why anybody in this class should not know exactly what a multiple is and a factor. Factor, multiple. You have to find the common multiple. So the first multiple of 3 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. Oh, how about that? Well, there is the least common multiple because the first multiple of 9 is 9. So the common multiple between 9 and 3 is 9. So then you go to equivalent fractions. 1/3 is equal to what over 9? Well, how do I get from 3 to 9? 3 times 3 is 9. So if I multiply 3 times 3 on the denominator, you must also multiply 1 times 3 on the numerator. 3 over 3 is equal to 1. The fraction 3/3 is equal to 1. And you all know what happens when you multiply a number by 1. The answer that you get is the same value as what you started with. So 1/3 is equivalent to 3/9. So now I can add. I have a common denominator. 1/9 plus 3/9 equals 4/9. So the answer is 4/9. So I'll come over here and I write 4/9. Submit. Okay, we need the least common multiple between 5 and 10. Well, the multiples of 5 are 5, 10. Oh, look. There it is, because the first multiple of 10 is 10. So, 4/5 is equal to what fraction with 10 as the denominator? Well, 5 times 2 is 10, so I have to do the same thing to the numerator that I did to the denominator, and the fraction that is equivalent to 4/5 with 10 on the bottom is 8/10. So now I can add 1/10 plus 8/10 is equal to 9/10. That's the answer. So over here I'm going to write 9/10. Submit. Next, 11/12 and 1/6. I need the least common multiple between 6 and 12. Well, the multiples of 6 are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, go on. And the multiples of 12 are 12, 24, 36, 48, and so on. The smallest multiple that they share is 12. So 1/6 is equal to some fraction over 12. Well, 6 times 2 is 12, so I need to do times 2 to the numerator. That makes 1/6 equal to 2/12. Now I can add 11/12 plus 2/12 equals 13/12. Oh, I wonder if they'll take that or not. this is an improper fraction. Excuse me. So in order to simplify this, we have to reduce by dividing. 13 divided by 12 is 1 whole with 1 left over. So, but I'm going to put in 13/12 to see if that works, because it seems like I should do that. Let's see what happens. Okay, that worked. Good. So we'll just leave it in fraction form. We need the least common multiple between 2 and 10. Those are the denominators over here. We have a 10 denominator, we have a 2. We cannot add them. Multiples of 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, ... I have a common multiple already. It is 10, because 10 is the first multiple of tens. So 1/2 is equal to something over 10. 2 times 5 is 10. So if I do times 5 on the denominator, I have to do times 5 on the numerator, 5/10. Now I can add 1/10 plus 5/10 equals 6/10. Now 6/10 is not the lowest form. That can be reduced by the greatest common factor. Let's see if 6/10 works. 6/10. Okay, so it gave me credit, so I don't even have to do simplifying. I need the least common multiple of 6, 3. I'm going to do 3 because it's smaller, and 6. So the multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Well, look, 6, 12, 18, 24. They share a couple of multiples, but in this case, the least common multiple is 6. So 1/3 is equal to some fraction over 6. 3 times 2 gets me 6, so I have to do times 2 on the top. 2/6 is the fraction that is equivalent to 1/3. They are the same value, so I can add 1/6 to 2/6 and get 3/6. So you're going to need this skill when you go to subtract. You're going to have the skill of common denominators. Common denominators, and you find the common denominator by finding the least common multiple. So why do we always get confused about factors? Greatest common factor is used to reduce 6/10. I need to reduce. I look for the greatest common factor between 6 and 10, which the factors of 6 are 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. Factors of 10 are 1 times 10, 2 times 5. What is the greatest factor that these two numbers share? They share a 2. That's what you reduce by. 6 divided by 2, 3. 10 divided by 2, 5. So 6/10 reduces to 3/5. That's when you use greatest common factor. You need least common multiple for common denominators. To find common denominators, I need least common multiple for common denominators. Here we have a 9 as a denominator, and we have a 12 as a denominator. We have to find a common denominator between 9 and 12. Multiples of 9 are 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54. Multiples of 12 are 12, 24, and 36. 4, 4, 4, 4, 48. 60, 72, 84, ... Those are my multiplication songs. Do you see a common multiple? Yes, 36. This time we're going to have to convert 11/12 to a denominator with 36 and 4/9 to a denominator with 36. 12 times 3 is 36. If I do times 3 down there, I have to do times 3 in the numerator. 9 times 4 is 36. So I have to do times 4 on the top. So these are the two fractions I'm going to add together. 33/36 and 16/36. 33/36 plus 16/36. 33, 43, 49. 49/36. This is improper, but the last time we had an improper fraction, the program accepted it. So we should be in good shape by saying 49/36. You are going to need this skill to subtract. Please use it. Come to the Zoom meeting if you have trouble. Let's just do one more. 5 and 3. Least common multiple of 3 and 5. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, I've got it. 15 is the least common multiple. 1/5 equals something over 15. 1/3 equals something over 15. 5 times 3 is 15, so do times 3 up here. 3 times 5 is 15, so you got to do times 5 up there. 1 times 5 is 5. Now we add 3/15 and 5/15, which in my head I can do as 8/15. All right, come to the Zoom meeting if you have any trouble at all. Thank you.